The Fulanis killing people across the country. Why they want to?
I want us to be careful of the use of words.
Allow me to use my words, please.
Yeah,
Let
no, I'm saying this. You know, this is a national television.
You might be very careful.
And there are good people in every
I am speaking about national security. Hold on, please. My brother, this is a national security issue.
Yes.
There is a war on. You want to pretend there's no war. That's a war on.
I'm only saying there are
a lot of you journalists are part of the problem. You don't want to address the truth. There's a war on. Why are you saying you're not pretending? There's a war on. People are being killed everywhere. You're saying there's no war. What do you mean you're not pretending? You are. You are part of the problem in this country. Allow us to speak the truth so that people will know what's going on. There's a war on. People in the Benue cannot go to farm. People in Plateau cannot stay in their houses. People in Taraba can't. Everywhere there's a war, and you're telling me that we should keep quiet? No.
Guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Delphina and I'm very excited returning back to you. If this is your first time on this channel, please subscribe to the channel, like this video and share this video. Also do all to press the notification bell to get notified whenever I drop another one. So today we are on another video from Nigeria, as fire on the mountain is happening right now in the Federal Republic of Abuja, as the Minister of Federal Republic is pleading with Tinubu to seek help from Ghana. Like right now, Nigeria have no place. Like the things is becoming worse day by day, and they are out there saying everything is all right while the citizens are suffering. Right now, the citizens are coming out saying their mind and showing to the whole world what is really happening in Nigeria. In this video, you get to see everything, guys. So for better understanding, let's get right into it. And at the end of it, please kindly drop your opinion in the comment section. Let's watch.
I know there's a failure of our security architecture to actually tailor and prepare what I would call an intelligent response to the current insecurity across the country. They might end up having us, resort to self-help. I know I have seen in several communities, people are now designing their own self-help strategies. And I even read some yesterday advising people, whatever you do, don't tell anybody, because when you speak, because of members of the state probably in complicit, collusion, as General Danjuma stated. It's not everybody that works for the Nigerian state that are today in collusion. But because of Buhari's set of protocols in which those who work with the state are in collusion with these terrorists, and President Tinubu had not been able to weed those people out, it becomes a problem trusting them. And that's why I can understand his sudden attempt to now resort to a new body called the Forest Guards. They may not be infiltrated, and that they may be able to build something that has not yet been Afghanistan. Our security services, I believe, have been Afghanistan. The Afghanistanization of the security services simply means the infiltration of our security services of those evil people, the terrorists, just the same way Buhari ran what he called a de-radicalization policy, which now got him to infuse members of the terrorist movement into the security services, primarily the army. And what did you have? Suddenly, these people infused and are the ones providing intelligence to those who didn't get converted, through the radicalization problem. So we have a problem. There is not a proper stating of priorities of state by departments of state, in this case, the Department of State Security. What they are going after is not the proper thing to do. They should be gathering intelligence to tell the army or the police who to go and hold or to take away from the space so that we can have peace. They're not doing that. The crisis is still sustaining all across the country. People are being killed, and these militias are killing people everywhere, and nobody is doing a thing. So for me, the state is still very much asleep and sleeping right on the wheels. It is wrong to have allowed Atiku to succeed Buhari. It will be one Fulani after the other, and as you see, the Fulanis killing people across the country. Why they want to? I want us to be careful of the use of words. When you generalize. Allow me to use my words, please.
Yeah, no, I'm saying this. This is a national television.
You might be very careful.
And there are good people in every tribe. I am
speaking about national security. Hold on, please. My brother, this is a national security issue.
Yes.
There is a war on. You want to pretend there's no war. That's a war on.
I'm only saying there are
a lot of you journalists are part of the problem. You don't want to address the truth. There's a war on. Why are you saying you're not pretending? There's a war on. People are being killed everywhere. You're saying there's no war. What do you mean you're not pretending? You are. You are part of the problem in this country. Allow us to speak the truth so that people will know what's going on. There's a war on. People in the Benue cannot go to farm. People in Plateau cannot stay in their houses. People in Taraba can't. Everywhere there's a war, and you're telling me that we should keep quiet? No, there's a problem. So those who are responsible for the war simply want to turn Nigeria into a settler colonial entity, and that's what's going on. You don't see that. You're seeing the politics. Forget about the politics. There is a real problem in the country. People are not sleeping at night. People, even in daytime, our farmers cannot go to farms. We now have food security problems. Why? The Fulani war across West Africa has finally bettered in Nigeria. And you don't want me to talk about it. Why? Who are you afraid of? Who will hear it and we will die? This is the problem. The country has gone wrong. Because a lot of you keep quiet. I'm aware of this. So please, when we have a problem like this serious national security issue, we must speak to it and not pretend it doesn't exist. It does exist. There's nothing wrong with implosion. Implosions are historically normal in human situations. When you put too many things inside one container, they could implode when that container can no more bear them. What you will ask yourself is, after the implosion, where do we go to? Are you afraid of implosion? No, don't be afraid of implosion. In most societies, without an implosion, nobody knocks the gong and calls people to come and talk and find out solutions to the crisis that undermine the community. Nigeria currently is at a crossroad. There is a war on, an asymmetrical war, and the government seems very weak about it. People are panicking and people are running, thinking that Tinubu can help. And that's the problem. If other politicians cannot, well, that's nothing wrong for the sake of security, thinking that Tinubu will be different from either Atiku or Buhari. I see nothing different in Atiku and Buhari. They're the same 10 and 10 pence. So Tinubu is the only one that's different from them. If you're telling me now, and I'll talk about security situation, that's the problem. The country is in dire straits, and the security architecture looks like it has been Afghanistan. It is right now ineffective, and that's why you're hearing people talk about state police and protocols that will allow the people to be able to protect themselves. We are moving towards that. If the government cannot help, people will resort to self-help. My brother, the security situation is serious and it is real. And this is the problem. We're not talking about it. We're pretentiously talking about it on the political front. There are underplays that are driving this problem in. One, the military are not united. Two, because of under the Buhari administration, there was a large-scale Afghanization of the Nigerian security services. I mean, Afghanization, you understand what it is. It's the penetration by political interest into the security services to actually plant soldiers who will do things in line with their own security intentions. And if they want to take over the country, of course, the easiest way is to put their militias into our army, or rather to have our army give up weapons and give up bases easy to their militias. And that's what's going on. So people are actually, yes, that's why you're seeing some people try to run to Tinubu. But sometimes they might also stop running to Tinubu and start organizing for themselves. I foresee people resorting to self-help. You see the army base. Ask yourself, I've said it on this program before, Tinubu might have taken over power, but is he in charge security-wise all over the country? I don't think so. There are a lot of infiltrations perpetrated during the Buhari period that Tinubu has not yet been able to undo. You now see a lot of those taken into security services, people who are said to be the radicalized elements from Boko Haram. It is those radicalized elements that are now showing the Boko Haram and all these Islamist fronts, militias, what to do in the country. At the end of the Civil War, Nigeria was 70% Christian, 30% Muslim. But the Muslims have been fighting to try to turn everything upside down. So, and their Muslim politicians are also doing the same thing. So I tell you, there is an Afghanization of Nigerian security services underway. And that's what I can tell you. I don't believe in all those things that have been done. If it is here, people agitating for peacefully, agitating for different standards, you will see the army come to the east and start arresting people, start arresting Sunday Igboho. How come the army are not strong up north? Don't forget, this same security strategies were employed to undermine President Goodluck Jonathan. And now that the same set of people are not happy with President Tinubu, they are now employing the same strategy to suddenly undermine President Tinubu. That's why I'm telling you that what you're having now is an Afghanization of the security services. So that has been known for a very long time, and I have been very strong on this. Speaking about security, when most people were very afraid to even allow me speak, what happened today is all over the place. What I've been saying for the past 12 years, is it not all over the place? And these were products of hard research findings. I traveled to Mali, I went to Burkina Faso, I went to Cote d'Ivoire, I went to Ghana, I traveled to Yemen, the homeland of the Fulani, and I found out these problems. I presented it to Nigerians, and I told them there is a war on to take land from Nigerians, take the land, take over the land, administer over the land, colonize the people who own the land. And that's what I tell you, it is the new version of settler colonialism taking place in Nigeria. Even helped by Buhari administration. Buhari told people to come into the country with guns. How could you let people come through your border with guns? Those people with guns are now using those guns to colonize and arrest and kidnap Nigeria.
All right. I will go with this man. Nobody should shut him up. The world should know what is happening. Everybody should know what is happening in Nigeria. No time for hiding anything anymore. I know what I went through in Southern Kaduna. I know. I was in my house hearing gunshot. The next morning we woke up. Little children were killed. So many people were killed. That's people's family. Even if I know it not get to me. But I'm hurt because they are people like you and I. It's happening to them today. How about tomorrow? Isn't it going to come to us? That's why we have to stand against that right now. But people don't want to come together, so we do it. Everybody is going left and right. If I'm going straight, that person is going. That is our problem. And I don't know when this is going to be fixed. I do not know. Because Nigeria is not even ready to seek for help. They are not ready to seek for help. And we've been hiding all this for a long time. But no more. It's not going to be hidden anymore. We are going to come out. We'll keep talking about it so that the whole world will know what is happening. Those people telling me that, I'm bringing up my country name, like spoiling my country name. Yes, you guys do not know what we are going through there. That's why I bet you, go and stay for, I'm giving you 1 week. Go and stay. You pack your bags and run out of that place. People are there. They don't have opportunity. They don't have the money to even travel, but they wish to. People are suffering at the same time. No peace of mind. You don't even see food chop. Talk more of having the strength to run for your life. Somebody cannot stay in this country again peacefully. Look at us. Look at everywhere you go, you see Nigerians. Why? Because we cannot stay in our country. We cannot stay. No jobs, nothing, insecurity again. Where do you want us to go to, Sir Tinubu? Or should I say Nigerian government? Where do you want us to go to? Even in some other countries, the Nigerians there, they are not allowing the calm Nigerians to relax in the country from one problem to another. Everywhere you go to, if you say you're a Nigerian, fingers will be pointing at you. Where do they want us to run to? Where do they want us to run to? It's painful, guys. It's very painful. Like, I'm really, really glad that I'm in Ghana. And I wish that with time, I can bring all my families here. Let me tell you guys the reason why. The main reason why I left Nigeria is because of the insecurity. All my family are in Kaduna. So I thought of it. I'd be like, what if something arises now? Where will my family run to? So that's the reason why I decided to go far away. In case of anything, they will come and join me. You understand? That's the more reason why. But people will not understand why we are online talking and, bitterly talking about Nigeria, because we want change for that country. But then, guys, everything that has a beginning also has an end. I've come to the end of my video. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Do also like, subscribe to the channel. Share this video to as many eyes out there. I believe they'll watch and learn from it. I love you guys always. Bye-bye.